Hello everybody and welcome back to another edition of Tea Time. I'm Titan Creed from Project Phoenix Productions, and as you can see in my glasses there's a fair bit of glare going on from the monitors, so you'll have to bear with me. It's been a long day's work. I got back off holiday and did a 12-hour stint today. It was my first day back, which was a little bit wary to get back into, so you'll have to apologise with me if I'm a little bit off today. I'm trying to do this at 10 o'clock plus at night. Other people are trying to sleep and I've got to get this done, so I want to stay on top of the weekly thing. So best thing to start with, I would suggest, would be a question. I got asked by John, who I work with. Hi John, this is your shout out that you asked for. you bastard. He basically asked, would the Switch be viable without third-party support? To which points I say yes, for a couple of reasons. One, Nintendo hardcore fans will buy it regardless. They will just straight up just want the machine and they'll just buy it and they'll play it. The question to ask is, would it be successful without third-party support? And I think the point to look at there is by going to the Wii U as an example, because it lost a lot of third-party support and technically wasn't a successful console because it didn't really have the library or catalogue of games to really push it in that sort of direction. Like, if there's something interesting on a console, people will buy the console. Like, the amount of people I get that come into work and ask me, when is Mario coming to the Xbox or the PlayStation? It's like, it happens more often than you think. You think this is just like an internet troll type thing to those people that are unaware. This is a thing that happens. Like, people know a Mario game is a good game. Like, people want to play it, but they don't want to have to buy another console. They just want to play it on the machines they have. They don't want to have to spend another £300 or $300 or however much the console is in whichever localization you're at. People don't want to spend the extra money just to play the one game, which is a big problem. Yes, yeah, it would be such a simple life if everything was on one unilateral unit. That's never going to happen though. Like, it's just not going to happen. At least not now. Probably not ever. At least not in my lifetime. Which brings us on to the second question, which was asked by CT, who I also work with. And he said, do I think we'll ever get to a point where consoles will be replaced by PCs, computers, indefinitely? No. That's mainly because a console is cheaper to purchase. People are happy in the mindset that it's easier to get something that's straight out the box, plug it into the wall, plug it into the TV, they're good to go. People don't like the idea of this thing and having to put several pieces together, even though you can buy it pre-built, plug it in, turn it on. But people don't like that. People would much rather, instead of having to turn it in, sit here, sit at a monitor, they would much rather sit at home, sit on a couch with a controller in hand, talk to the machine. They'd be much happier with that. And that's fine. Like, I'm not trying to bash things, but people are a lot happier by spending a third of the price on a machine and then get the games. I mean, yes, from a gaming point of view, the games can be a lot weaker and they force any PC ports to be weaker because they have to be modded for a console to begin with, which is why you get PC only games, which again goes back to the other point of people asking why certain PC games don't come to console. It's because the machine's not good enough for it. Technology is slowed down to where it was 10-20 years ago. Like 20 years ago, technology was moving at such a rapid pace, something comes out, it's immediately replaced. Something comes out, it's immediately outdated. And while we still have that with a PC generation, like it's a lot slower. So like there'll be iterations of a product as we go on before the next generation. You can take graphic cards and processors and motherboards as a good example of that. Iterations before the next generation, because technology's slowed down to that point where it's not, well, while it's still outdated the minute it comes out, it's not outdated to the point that it requires a whole new generation, which is what the consoles and is what phones do. There's iterations of phones before the next generation. Look at an iPhone or an Android phone or a Samsung or whatever you want to choose to look at. Look at the different iterations you get before a big major upgrade. How different have phones really been? Like they started roughly at that size with a tiny screen. My first phone was an old BT Tesco piece of shit, and it had an LCD screen, and you used to type on like buttons that were that big. You had a tiny screen. To read a text message, you have to read it across, scroll through. That's where we're at. And now we're at this, where we can actually look and you have these text messages on a screen and buttons that just overlay, because that's just where we're at. Technology's got to that point in... When did I buy my first phone? I got my first phone when I was 16, because I was in college, and I got it because I was in a relationship at the time and I wanted to talk to them. Because PCs, again, and consoles weren't a general thing. Not everybody had it at that point personally to talk to people. You do these things. Now, every Tom, Dick and Harry's got a phone. Everyone, regardless of age. I see 6, 7-year-olds with iPhones. iPhones! I couldn't be trusted with a phone at that age. It's amazing things where people are at these days. But it's because technology exists now when it wasn't there when I was a kid. It's one of those things. Going back to the point and question at hand, I don't think consoles will ever be fully replaced by PCs. I don't think there'll be a PC. Well, I think there may be a PC in every home. I don't think a PC will replace a console ever. I think it's just going to be that. Consoles will always come out because they're cheaper to buy, and people are just happy with just a box they can just plug in, set up, and go. While we're at the tail end of this, I want to apologise for the lack of videos in the last week. While I was on holiday, wasn't feeling that good. And when I'm not good, I kind of don't feel like a creative purge, and I'd rather create videos when I want to create them and be able to talk and have fun with the game I'm playing and just talk about the game rather than just random bullshit. I'd rather have this at the tail end that we can just spout bullshit, just answer questions and stuff like that, because it's fun. It's fun to just spout stuff at the end of the day. Which is probably why I lose a lot of jobs. So the Switch is out in a couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to that. I've got a couple of plans in the works. I'm definitely getting one. I was gonna do a Let's Play of Ocarina of Time, the first Zelda game I played. But unfortunately, the emulator I use doesn't use PlayStation controller, and my Xbox controller, there's the wire, I've lost the little connection that goes from there to a USB for a wired one. So I might have to pick up a secondary wired Xbox controller, or try to find a little wire for that if I was going to do that. Pain in the backside, I know. What does it mean? It means we're not going to get Ocarina of Time. I was going to do Ocarina of Time until you build up, and then probably go Breath of the Wild. But in terms of Breath of the Wild, I haven't decided if I want to do a commentary-less gameplay. A commentary-less just gameplay on the actual... as an LP, because it would be an interesting thing, and I could just bash for it. Because the thing about Zelda is I want to take my time to play it, and I think if I have a day off, if I work the midnight to do the console and then I have the rest of the day off, I don't want to force myself to talk through who knows what could be the length of that game, 7 hours maybe, who knows, and ruin the experience for myself as well as other people. I mean, it's well enough listening to somebody in small chunks, but trying to communicate for 7 hours is a bit weird. Who knows? I might stream it. I'll definitely have it on release, which is, I believe it's going to be earlier than the West. The US is going to get it, so who knows? I've got the equipment to do it. I've got Twitch, I've got YouTube. I can do it on whatever. If I do it on YouTube, I can just download the pieces and just cut it up into pieces and just edit around and play with it. We'll see how we feel. I might just do it and stream it and just put it straight, transfer it straight over and just have it as one big bunch. Who knows, that might get my kick back into streaming. We'll see how things go. I think that's about it. Yeah, we've got a couple of plans in the works. I apologise if videos are a bit lax over the next couple of days. As I said, I've got to catch up. I've got a couple of recorded stuff, but I just need to get around to rendering, and work is work. Work comes as a priority, guys. You know that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been another episode of Tea Time. And as always, until the next video, we'll see you next time. Peace out.